Are you guys pretty excited for your headliner this evening? Well, you should be. You should be. She's done a tremendous amount for the local comedy community. She's the whole reason we're doing these Stave and Hoop shows. Back when everyone else was like, you can't do comedy, there's a pandemic going on. She was like, nope, we're doing fucking comedy. And here she is. Jackie Rapetti, get up here.
Thank you. Keep it going for all the comics tonight. And thank you, Jordan, for hosting. Give it up for Jordan. Hosting is hard. I did a show in Billings this weekend, and there were 2 hosts, and they were wearing shock collars. I think to like mix things up. And for every 10 shots purchased at the bar, they got shocked by the bartender. And the weird thing is the bartender had no sense of 10 shots have been purchased, but maybe I'll wait until the comedian is finished with their set to shock them. He didn't. So these hosts were just being shocked throughout the night, and they were they had it on level high. So these guys were convulsing and shrieking during sets. It was unsettling, so I'm glad that's not happening tonight.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was real. That's Billings for ya. Apparently, it was fun. I realized when I was putting together my set for tonight that it's very sign heavy. You'll get it as we move forward. But I'm not talking about astrology signs, that's bullshit. I had a guy I blamed cheating on his astrology sign. Seriously, yeah, he was like, I'm a lover, I'm an Aries. I think you're just an asshole, but no. No, for example, I was recently driving past Dairy Queen, and I keep an eye on their signs now. Because when I first moved here, it was the end of the summer season, and they had a sign up that said, "See you on Valentine's Day." And I felt attacked by that. I was like, has Dairy Queen been reading my diary? How do they know that after a long November, December, January, that I'm gonna end up there on Valentine's Day, drowning my single sorrows in a DQ blizzard? Yeah. But so now I keep an eye on Dairy Queen when I drive by. So recently I drove by and they changed their sign and it said, "Ice cream is cheaper than therapy." Yeah, and I thought, that is the exact sentiment and way of thinking that will lead a person to therapy. It's fine for one day if you're feeling down and you're like, I'm gonna go get ice cream to lift my spirits. But then the next day you're like, I'm still sad. Dairy Queen said ice cream is cheaper than therapy. And then a year goes by, you spent all your money on Dairy Queen, you gained a few pounds and you're still sad. I think they were lying to me. Ice cream isn't cheaper. I should know, I'm a Libra. No, for fun, I like hanging out with my friends. Their names are Ben and Jerry. And I like hanging out with them because I get to be the big spoon, I'm coming for you. We hang out a lot, over my kitchen sink. We have good times as peanut butter swirls. So recently I went to the grocery store to pick up just one pint of Ben & Jerry's. I wanted to hang out with my old friends. And have you ever gone to the grocery store with one thing in mind and it's kind of embarrassing, a single pint of Ben & Jerry's? So you think what else can I buy to make this transaction less embarrassing? And mind you, this is 10 p.m., okay? And I'm just going there for a pint. And the only other thing I could think of that I needed in my apartment at the time was like sponges and Tums. And I thought, like, God, that is almost more embarrassing of a combination than just the Ben and Jerry's. To like go, because also I remember it's like 10 p.m. I'm not going to use the self-checkout. Like, I'm the only person in the grocery store. It's just the one older cashier. I feel bad, like, not going to him. Because I'm like, you know, like, for me to go in and be like, oh, I don't care to talk to you. I'm just going to do the self-checkout. But then I created this narrative in my head, like, if I get the sponges and the Tums and the pint of Ben and Jerry's, he's going to be like, this girl is going home at 10 p.m. on a Friday night to clean, eat a pint of Ben and Jerry's, and then soothe her upset stomach with Tums. So I just got the pint. But when I went to pay for it, the cashier was like an older guy, and there was a younger guy just leaving right ahead of me. And I hand my one pint to the cashier, and he made a joke. He was like, do you need a spoon with this? As if I couldn't, like, wait to get home to a spoon. Like, I was just going to eat the pint in my car. Like, okay, I'm going to wait the 5 minutes to get home. But so I made a joke. I was like, a human spoon would be nice. And the older cashier just like didn't know what to say to that, but the young guy in front of me laughed way too hard. And then I turned bright red, and I was like, I did this to myself. So that's like my life. Oh man. Any of you into like spring cleaning? Yeah. So I was thinking, most people spring clean like things out of their life, right? But I recently thought like we can spring clean people out of our lives.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thought came to me because I was texting my cousin, and she was talking about a friend of hers, and she meant to say, in reference to her friend, she's depressed, but it auto-corrected to she's depreciated. And I thought, what a genius way to describe a friend. Imagine being in your friend group and you're like, yeah, Brenda's really bringing the value of our friend group down. She's depreciated. I don't know if she's going to be on the upswing again. I just think we should Marie Kondo her out of here. If you don't know who Marie Kondo is, she is a woman who is well known for organizing things really well. Like if you had a really messy like spice rack or cabinet in your kitchen, she would let you know where the nutmeg goes. But I'm giving you permission, like, to Marie Kondo people out of your life. Like, you can just MK them. It's better than ghosting. You can just text them, Brenda, you've been MK'd. And she'll be like, what's that? Like, Marie Kondo, what's that? Just Google it, bitch. We don't have time for you anymore. But Marie Kondo's thing is, like, her tagline is, like, if it doesn't spark joy, just let it go. And I like that. And I think we should do more of that. Like, personally, for me, something that doesn't spark joy, birth announcements. Let me explain. You get a birth announcement in the mail, it's a picture of a baby. And then on the back, it's like the stats, It's like reading a baseball card you don't care about. Like name, weight, length, girth. What? I'm not a doctor. I don't know what this means. Name, Brindell. That's a dumb name. That's not a Hall of Fame name. So what I think we should do, what I would like to get in the mail is something with like the length and weight of like a really good burrito. Listen. Picture getting that in the mail, like a high-def photo of a really good burrito. And then on the back, it's like, length 13 inches, weight 8 pounds. Guac, yes. And then you hang that on your fridge. It's like, that's goals, you know? And then people come over and you're like, hey, have you checked out Brendan's burrito? It took a lot going in, and a few days later he had to push and push to get it out. But damn, it looks beautiful! So I think we should do more of that as a society. Burritos over babies, you know, that's just... Woo! Yeah, that's what I want to see in the mail. Speaking of not wanting babies, I was recently at the gynecologist, just getting a checkup, just making sure the womb is still icy cold, not fit for life. Yeah. And so my doctor asked me, she was like, would you like a breast exam? And again, we know my interactions, like, based off of the grocery store guy, I have to make a joke about anything. So I can't be a normal person. I couldn't just say yes or no, thank you. I made a joke. And so when she asked me, do you want a breast exam? I said, well, they're so small, I think I would know if a lump was there because it would just look like a boob. And she laughed. And I was like, yes. And then she agreed with me. She was like, she's like, you're right. And then she just moved on. And I was sitting there like, I didn't say no. I was looking forward to getting felt up. It's been a long pandemic. I didn't say anything because I just felt too awkward. And now I'm walking around like unsure if anything's wrong with me, and I'm like, great, this is gonna be how I die. And then I'm gonna have like a dumb headstone. It's gonna be like, yeah, she killed with her jokes on stage, but her jokes killed her. Because she couldn't take a doctor's appointment seriously, and she had to make a fucking dumb joke. So that's gonna be fun. Please leave flowers at my headstone. Oh man, it has been a long, weird pandemic. I picked up a new favorite hobby though. Do you guys like perusing Facebook Marketplace?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a great way to get to know your neighbors. It's a great way to know like what goes on behind closed doors. A lot of broken toasters. But I was just perusing the other day, and I saw a listing that the title said "funny bathroom sign," and I clicked on it, and it was just one of those little wooden box signs, and it said, "Please don't do cocaine in our bathroom." And cocaine was written like all calligraphy-y, you know, like fancy. And I saw that and I thought to myself, like, I think that's a sign that you need different friends. If you have to put them, if you're like finding residue of coke lines, you're like, God damn it, Kevin! Strikes again. But then I thought, I kind of want the opposite sign in my bathroom, like, if you're doing coke in here, let the hostess know. Hashtag sharing is caring. Another favorite thing of mine to look at on Marketplace are mirrors. Because nobody knows how to take a photo of a mirror without like being in it, you know? Like you can do it. You can take a photo of a mirror and not be in it, but nobody knows that. So if you just search mirrors on Marketplace, it's just a bunch of like awkward selfies, heads cut off, just like a random limb in there. But then I find myself, I like forget that I like am looking at a mirror and I start like scrutinizing the person and like the room in the background. And then like looking at other things, I'm like, that's a nice looking headboard. I wonder if that's for sale. My favorite though is when there's like a pet in the background. And I like to have fun. So once I saw that it was a listing for a mirror, but there was like a dog, and I messaged the guy, and I was like, hey, not interested in the mirror, but what's up with the dog? And he messaged me back angrily, and he was like, I'm not selling my dog, I'm selling a mirror, can't you read? I was like, I think you need to keep the mirror and take a better look at yourself, dude. So much anger. So that's fun. My favorite trend on Marketplace lately is people selling off their inspirational home decor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just imagine the Amandas in your life who love Target and TJ Maxx and Live, Laugh, Love signs. And they are all for sale right now because, listen, it's been a long pandemic. Home is not where the heart is anymore. Happy wife, happy life is no longer relevant. It's wine o'clock somewhere. It's been wine o'clock 24/7, 365 days, bitch. Like, that's irrelevant. So those are all for sale. I saw one sign that even said, our sweet baby boy brings our home so much joy. And that was for sale for $3. Like, families are falling apart. Can you imagine the mom, like, this motherfucker is not bringing us joy anymore. I can't stand to look at that sign. So they're all for sale. I did a thing this weekend, and I wanted to stimulate our local economy, so I actually bought some of these signs. Can I show them to you?
Yes!
Okay, great. I have some right here. Don't mind me and my bag of signs. No, I promise I didn't buy these at TJ Maxx. I bought them from people on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, so our first one. Listen, I understand why this person sold this sign in particular, because it's been a long pandemic and the reminder is kind of annoying. So this sign just says, "Let's stay home." And so I get it, you don't want to stay home anymore. But the thing about this, the home I purchased this from, I'm not kidding, it was a nice house, you guys. I wanted to be if you don't want to stay home, I'll stay at this home for you. Okay, but I get that one, right? Okay, so then, alright, are you gonna stay? Okay. So then I found another one that's a little different, but it's also the same. Let's stay home. And this is from a different seller who apparently also doesn't want to stay home. Granted, their house was less nice than the first home, so I get it if they didn't want to stay home as much, but then so then I thought to myself, I can change this. I can add a little thing to it so that instead of "let's stay home," my little thing fell off. You guys, this is a train wreck, but hold on. It's worth it.
Yes!
Okay. Okay. So now it just says, "Let's do coke in the bathroom." Yeah, and so the fun thing about this is a little chalk sign, and you can change it to be whatever you want. It could be "Let's get the fuck out." It could be anything. So I don't know why they sold it when you can change it that easily. Also, this sign is for sale. If you want to buy it after the show, it's all yours. Okay, next. Okay, so then this one makes sense too that they wanted to sell it. There were a lot of breakups and stuff during the pandemic, divorce. Anyone here divorced? Anyone? Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, see, me too. live happily divorced. Again, if you want to buy it, just find me after the show. Okay, so this one. Okay, I only have a couple more, you guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. Woo! Okay. I'm combining my arts and crafts hobby with my comedy hobby. Okay.
Yes.
So, this next sign, I did not purchase it. It is mine that I've been holding on to because, okay, if you don't know anything about me, I moved here from New York 2 years ago, and I drove here in my little Toyota Corolla. And I moved here from home. So my dad stuck this in my car as a reminder that I can't really run away from anything. And so this is a sign that was once relevant in my life that I used in photographs. And it says, "We eloped." Yeah, I know. This is a part of my life once. But my dad stuck it in my car like, ha ha ha. We have a fun relationship. But so when I was making these signs, I was like, I can turn this into something cool too. So I added a magnet, and now it can just say, "Mistakes were made." Yikes. And I think this is fun because I can hang it in my apartment and people can be like, "Mistakes were made, what does that mean?" And then they take this off. And then they're like, "Oh." And then you can just pop it back on.
Or, you know, yeah.
Yeah, that one's not for sale because it's personal. Okay, this is my last one, you guys. Round of applause for the last sign. Okay, so this one I didn't buy either. I decided after all of my little craftiness, I was like, I think I'm gonna go into the sign industry. So I made a sign of my own that is also for sale if you want to buy it, and it's a callback to my own joke, and it's a little rustic, and it just says, "Burritos over babies." And I think this one's fun because you can just hang it like ideally in your kitchen or your bedroom. And people will be like, "What are burritos babies?" And you can just be like, "No, it's burritos over babies." And then they still won't get it. And then you can be like, "Oh, you just have to see this great comic, Jackie Rapetti, who will explain it to you at her next show." So that's it. If you want to buy any of these, I have merch now. So you guys, please find me after the show. That's my set for tonight. Thank you guys. I do want to say 2 weeks from tonight is an open mic here, June 22nd, 7:30, same time and place I'll be hosting. If you know anybody or you yourselves who want to try, comedy for the first time, I encourage you to do it. I want to see newbies up here. I've only been doing comedy for a year and a half, and now I have merch. So